A few weeks ago, we did how to make $1,000 in commission. And then you all had more questions about that. You're like, well, how do we find our clients? And I showed you how to find your clients. And then we said, okay, well, then once we find the clients, how do we create a campaign to share with them so that we can create this group so that we can make our $1,000 in commission? And then once we know how to make our $1,000, we're going to multiply that by 5 and make 5,000. And once we do that, we're going to multiply it by 2 and make 10,000. And we're just going to keep growing. So creating a campaign for marketing a trip. So here's your personal checklist. Okay, the first thing you want to do is clearly state what you are selling to yourself. This is what you're going to do before you start the campaign. What are you selling? You are going to find out. Maybe let's call this one a Royal Caribbean Super Bowl cruise. All right, we're going to sell a Royal Caribbean Super Bowl cruise. Now, for those of you saying, oh, well, football season hasn't even started. Well, first of all, congratulations for knowing that, because that at least means that you know. Who is that? Somebody is not muted. I've never heard somebody having the ability to unmute themselves. It's very, very odd. But there's a ghost in the machine. Isn't that the name of a band, Ghost in the Machine? All right, I'll keep going. Maybe I'm just hearing things. Is anybody else hearing that? All right, so the thing is, you're not going to wait until the playoffs to start booking. Yes, okay, good. Somebody else heard it too. I'm not crazy. Okay, good. Because sometimes I think I might be a little, I don't know. You listen to me, you might think I'm a little crazy sometimes. So here we go. All right. So Super Bowl is, a while away. We haven't even started football season yet. But that's the thing. You want to make sure that you are selling it now. Better not be, big brother. Better not be. Whoever's in this, stop listening. This is for Inteletravel agents only. Everybody else, get out. Get out. Too bad we can't stay, baby. Oh my gosh, if anybody knows what that quote is from, I'm going to do it one more time for you guys. Get out. Too bad we can't stay, baby. If anybody knows what that is, I will be incredibly impressed with you all. It means we have the same sense of humor. All right. Nope, it's not from the movie Get Out, from much longer ago. Think leather. Think red leather. Okay. All right. So you guys are like, Jessica, you are distracted today, but I will get focused. All right. Eddie Murphy. Wait, let's see who's on my first winger. Ding, 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 ding. Kathy Hickok. Delirious. Kathy Ikeson. Yes, no, not Amityville Horror, not Poltergeist. No, Delirious Eddie Murphy. Yes, you are my people. Woohoo! Okay. Mom, the ice cream truck is coming. The ice cream man is coming. Okay. Okay, y'all. Okay, I'm just getting way off. Okay. Let's get back to creating a campaign so you all can make $1,000, and then you're going to make $5,000, and then you're going to make $10,000, then you're going to make $100,000, and from there you're just going to keep going and going and going and going. So we are clearly stating what we are selling. We are selling a Super Bowl cruise for Royal Caribbean, and we are doing that now because otherwise everything's going to get full. Okay, so what we're going to start selling it now. So the scheduled date though, okay, so if today is March 18th, we want to give ourselves some time to prepare. So let's say we are going to start this campaign April 1st. All right, so we've got like 2 weeks to prepare for. We're going to start the campaign April 1st, and it's going to be from April 1st to May 1st. So we're going to do it for a month. So that's my start date. That's my end date. The title of the campaign is going to be Super Bowl, and I am committed to showing up on social every day. So what you're going to do is we are going to prepare for it with 4 weeks of content that you're going to create for this. So you're going to spend 2 weeks. Now, you don't have to create all of the what you're going to put into your post, but you are going to create the sequences, what you're going to say when. So for the first week of this calendar, it's the warm-up sequence. All right, this is when you are really having them get to know you, get to know travel, get to know who your people are, who loves football. This is where you start putting things in your stories like, who are my football fans out there? Yes, or my husband is, something like that. Like, those are the two options. Don't be like yes or no, but just be like yes, or well, my husband is, or my wife is. You can do like fun things like, or my spouse. Let's just do spouse, so that, because hey, girls love football. It's not all right. And then something like, who would want to do something special if, like what is your dream for this? If your team were in the Super Bowl, would you, do something special, or just watch it at home, like things like that. So you can kind of get to know them in your stories. So, but this is brand building, all right? You are positioning your business, you as a travel agent, in a favorable light, as well as cruising. You're creating goodwill and reacquainting your followers with what makes your business special. So how are you going to do this? You're going to brand build. You're going to familiarize them with you, with yourself, and the supplier you'll be showcasing. So you'll be talking about yourself and letting them get to know you. You're going to be talking about, something I want to share is one of my favorite brands, Royal Caribbean. The reason why it's one of my favorites is because there's something for the whole family. So let's say, you love football and you want to watch the Super Bowl with a group of people on a huge deck with a huge movie screen, but your spouse would rather, like, be at the casino or be in the gym or sitting by the pool, and your kids want to be in the play club. That's why Royal Caribbean has something for everyone. Notice I didn't just sell a Super Bowl cruise. I just dropped the hint of, wouldn't it be cool, like you could be watching the Super Bowl on this cruise ship with a whole bunch of crazy, wonderful fans, and your spouse is off doing something else and your kids are off doing something else. That's why you love the brand. Then you want to show off what makes you unique. So you might say 3 things about yourself that maybe you didn't know. Hey, I'm Jessica. Things you might not know about me is my dad's had season tickets for the Giants since before I was born. Yes, my life has been a roller coaster. Something else you might not know about me is that I, take my puppy for 45-minute walks twice a day because he needs it, I need it. I'm a hashtag dog mom. Something else you might not know about me is that I can literally make up a song, make up words to just give me a song and I can make up new words to it, like on the spot, like on that minute. So those are 3 unique things about me. Okay, again, I tied in football because you've got to be passionate and love whatever group you're going to be selling. We talked about that in this webinar, okay? So you can go back and watch that one. So whatever it is you're going to be excited about. I love football, so I'm excited. And then you're going to build trust. You're going to talk about special things that you do for your clients. So one of the reasons why I love being a travel agent is because I get to surprise and delight my clients with this and that. So you're building trust. You're going to share some helpful helpful tips. Let's not say that too many times fast. All right, you're going to share some helpful tips. So when going on a cruise, you want to do this for your packing. You want to make sure that you're checked in beforehand. Put in parentheses, I help my clients do that so they don't forget. You want to make sure you have travel insurance. If you don't know why that's so important, you need to talk to me. Blah, 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 and give some helpful tips. All right, then some conversation starters about like, who's your favorite team? Who's your favorite football team? All right, put it in the comments below to, be entered to win an Amazon gift card. Okay, the Amazon gift card could be for $5, but you are going to have, to win an Amazon gift card, you are going to have 100 people at least write who their favorite football team is. And you're going to write down every one of their names. And so you're going to write down their names and their football team. So as you are selling this trip, you're going to be like, I don't know, you got Brady back. Brady's looking good this year. You know he wants to retire. He's going to be looking to win a Super Bowl. Wouldn't you love to be on a cruise? You know, when you start selling it in week 4, right? So like, these are the things. So you got to, you know, and again, you have to be passionate about football to know to really be selling this, because like I could say, Mahomes, you're Mahomes, he's looking good. He's looking like, I know the teams that are going to be believing that their teams could be in the Super Bowl. All right. So they're the ones that are going to be like, hey, you know, either way, like, let's face it, I've been a Giants fan. We've been in the Super Bowl, I think 3 times since I've been alive. 2 times against Brady, just saying, he looks really hot when he's angry. Okay. But I do love him. He is incredible. Even though I've never rooted for him because he's not my quarterback. I can appreciate how freaking good he is. I mean, he really is. He really is. I was upset when he retired. I'm glad he's back. Anyway, I digress. But the bottom line is, even though my team is rarely in the Super Bowl, I always watch the Super Bowl. I love the Super Bowl. So I'm still going to be there on the cruise watching it. All right. But you're going to pick 5 or 6 teams that you know are big contenders. And then you could even pick another 2 teams that you're like, I think you guys can get it together this year. I think you can pull it off. I think you can get there, right? And then you're going to keep talking to those people, because they're like, wouldn't you like to get like a bunch of your friends together? Guys trip, girls trip, you know, bring the spouses, bring the kids. They could all be there too. But you guys could all be there watching the Super Bowl together. All right. So now, I mean, let's face it. If you've got 100 people who respond and 10 of them have contending teams, right? And you get 10 of them to get 10 of their friends. Now you've got 100 people going. Then they're bringing their spouses. Then hopefully their kids sail free. You never know. We'll see what we can work out, right? You know, you never know what the deals are going to be. That's 200 people you've got going. And then you can say, you know, hey, if any of your friends, so like they're all bringing their spouses, then you can say, do your spouses have some girlfriends that they would like to invite, and make it a girls' trip, and we could plan a spa thing for them. So while I could have an opening, I could have a Super Bowl party, welcome party, because here's the thing, you're going to get tour conductor credits and all this stuff, right? So you can work with Lori, our BDM, Lori Matteo at Royal Caribbean. You can have her put together a Super Bowl welcome party for, let's just get sexist here, okay? For the men, all right? You know, and then a few women who might want to go to that party. And then for all the wives who are coming along, you're going to have a separate welcome party with champagne and cucumbers for their eyes, because you are going to get them ready for a spa weekend or week or however long this Super Bowl cruise is going to be. Do you see how you can turn this Super Bowl cruise into a girls' week away? And all the kids are coming. The kids are coming. And when they're like, oh, I don't want to pull the kids out of school, be like, listen, looking back now, if you had missed a week of school in your life, would you still be as successful and wonderful and amazing person as you are? Yes. So let's give our kids experiences, okay? Because you know they're not going to remember what they learned for that 1 week in school, but they will remember this trip forever. All right. All right. Share personal insights about yourself, you know, about your travel, about why you love travel so much, because the purpose of this week's social media is prompts to get people to decide if they know, like, and trust you. Then we go to week 2. This is where we start nurturing them. All right, we're going to focus on highlighting reasons why someone needs your, I should say, trip or your service. So the product is the trip. So overcoming objections. So these are when you start talking about, I know, like, so people get concerned about the safety on cruise ships. And then you can get something from the CDC, or you can, oh no, let's go to CLIA. Go to CLIA's website and talk about all of the safety precautions that cruises do. Highlight those pressure points for people. Cruising, like, I don't want to drink all that water, like all of the objections that you've heard about cruising. Like, I don't want to pull my kids out of school. This would be a good week to start to do that. Outlining why they need a travel agent and a vacation. So those are two separate points. Why do they need a travel agent? And why do they need, like, to see a Super Bowl while on see the Super Bowl in an unusual location? All right, so a unique vacation. Why? It just changes the experience. All right, and then highlight the desired benefits. Again, your wife can be at the spa while your kids are there. It's an opportunity for you to watch the Super Bowl with a bunch of friends while, and have all your Super Bowl snacks prepared by somebody else. So your wife doesn't have to do anything, like all the things. Okay. Purpose of this week's social media post: create the desired solution for their needs. So anything that you're going to create, like, and again, in your stories, you might be asking questions like, do you love cruising? Cruising, love it. Scared, like scared. Okay, and so, like, you're not going to say love it, hate it, because you don't want to try and change somebody's mind who hates it, but love it, nervous, like scared slash nervous. And then for those people who are scared slash nervous, you can write to them in a private message, go into their DMs and say, hey, curious, what are some of the reasons why you're scared and nervous? Because I'd like to create posts to address people who are scared and nervous for my social media. So you're not trying to convince them not to be scared or nervous. You're asking them for help as to what topics to address. All right, so they're helping you create so now you're going to have the week of promotion sequence. This is the week when you announce the Super Bowl cruise. This is where you position your business as a thing they've been wanting or needing, your service as a travel agent to get them on this cruise. So essentially, your product or service becomes a solution they've been desiring. After 2 weeks of warming up your audience, week 1, and nurturing them, week 2, they are ready to hear what you want to offer. This is your chance to promote your cruise by asking for the sale by way of value, and you'll do so in the following ways. You're going to educate them. You're going to educate them on everything about this trip. You are going to be able to see the Super Bowl on this screen that is this by this. They're going to have a beverage package for you. They're going to have snacks and bites and people walking around, taking care of things. There's going, like, all the things about the Super Bowl. Why? Okay. And then you're going to educate them on the ship. Then you're going to talk about the accessibility of it. Okay. How, why it's accessible to them, if there's any accessibility needs, like taking the literal use of it. Brand positioning, why you are the best travel agent to promote this. I am passionate about football. I am going to be there with you. So, if there's any issues, I will be there. I am coming on this, because you might, with such a big group, you might be the tour conductor, right? Like, you're going to get a free room for you and your spouse. All right. So getting personal. This is where you say, there have been times in my life that I didn't feel that I deserved to take a vacation. I worked all the time. I would take my vacation money and just have it paid out to me. And, and it wreaked havoc on my body. I got sick. I got, depressed, whatever it might be. Share something personal about why being a travel agent and being able to give people these lifetime memories. Maybe it's the memory that you remember when your grandfather took you, on a trip on your very first cruise or whatever it is. Say, these are memories I will have forever. Create, I always talk about creating wanderlust, but create that lust for memories, for cherished memories, sharing your why you are a travel agent. And it has nothing to do with the fact that you make commission, but it all has to do, even if it does, this why has to do with how you're changing lives. A moment you had on a cruise ship. Talk about the first time you went on a cruise, if you have gone on a cruise. Or if you've never been on a cruise, ask for somebody in the departure lounge, which I will share with you in a little while. Ask for someone to share with you what their best experience was on a cruise. Say, I've never been on one, I'm about to market one, I would love to share some stories about specific moments that changed your life on a cruise. And then you can share different people's whys that week and you can quote them. All right, the purpose of this week is to position your offer as the best solution. All right, and then finally, week 4. Week 4. Don't you love this? Instant changing. This is the week where you announce what happened here. Did I just do what happened? Okay, I did that 2 weeks in a row. Sorry. All right, week 4, the deadline sequence. This week is entirely focused on getting your followers to make a decision. Do they want to go on this trip? This is the week they decide, and you facilitate the decision in the following ways. You're going to reiterate the benefits of the trip. You're going to highlight testimonials. All right, so last week you had some stories to share. Now you're going to ask people for testimonials. And you're going to get this stuff beforehand. This is all the stuff that you're going to be doing in this prep week. You're going to go on to the departure lounge and say, can you share a specific story that's why cruising is so great? And can you share a testimonial that so like then you could do a different post that says something like, I know people are afraid, like they don't want to drink all that water, or they're afraid they're going to be bored, or they don't swim, or whatever the objections are for trips. Can people give me some testimonials to um, speak to those objections? Okay, and then you will use those in week 4. All right, you're gonna feature some special bonuses. Remind them that they're going to be, whatever it is that you've worked out with Lori that you can do. We're going to have a special welcome party just for you. And if we, and definitely one, and and possibly, if you're bringing a spouse, we're going to have a welcome party for them too, to like a girls' party or whatever it might be. And then require a decision to be made. Say, so in order to get this perk, this perk, this perk, so like maybe, in order to get chocolate covered strawberries in your room, you must make a decision by this date. All right, because think about the commission you're going to make on them. Is it worth it? Or like you could think, how much is a bottle of champagne? In order to have a bottle of champagne in your room, you must decide by this date and have, 2 friends coming, whatever it might be. All right. So this is to convert your followers into customers by way of a deadline.